I tell you what, it handles really well. Oh, cute little car. Come on, go on, go on, go on, do your donuts. Yay! And we have ourselves another buggy on the bench. This one is the Blackzon Smyter. It's a 1/12 scale, little brushed desert buggy. It comes with LED lights, comes with the charger, battery, everything included, ready to go. Box slap out of the way, and we can start looking at everything that you actually get with this guy right here. So obviously, car fully assembled, ready to go. Radio, in here there is a charger, there is some spare body pins in there as well. We have a sticker sheet for you to decorate the car as you wish, and also an instruction manual which kind of gives you all the part numbers, some maintenance info, and so forth. So yeah, hold on to that for some bedtime reading, because I know you guys love reading the manuals. And then of course you have your spare tire in here with some with a screwdriver and all the hardware and everything to fit it on the back, which I'll be doing after this unboxing. So in a nutshell, that is everything you get out of the box. The radios that come with the Smyter are actually pretty good. These actually work well with big hands like mine, and will work quite well with little hands as well. The trigger is not too far forward, so little fingers can wrap around the handle quite easily. It's not a problem there. You are going to need to supply 2 AA's to work with this guy. They are not included with the kit. This little aux button that's on the handle here, that's not connected to anything, so that doesn't do anything. And then on the back here, you can see on and off, just on the bottom, you've got your steering reverse switch, a nice little LED indicator light just there. You've got your steering trim over here just to make sure you know your front wheels are pointing straight. And then you've got your speed switch over here. And this is a really good switch to use for those that are totally new to RC, especially for little kids. You know, if this is, you know, if you're a parent and you're buying this for your little kids, their first RC, they're only like 3 or 4 years old or something, maybe even 5. And all they're gonna do is grab the radio, pin the throttle, and just turn the wheel, because that's what my kids did when they were young. You might want to turn down that top speed so you're not smacking into everything at full pace. And when they pin the throttle, it's only going to go, you know, very slow. So you're less likely to break parts, and the car will last you a lot longer. And of course, as they get better, you can turn that speed switch up. Or if you're out in open space and you really want to give it the beans, then that's a good way to do it. And get used to driving this car before you know, start jumping it or braking it or doing anything crazy like that. So moving on to the car itself, here it is here. A cute little buggy with some LEDs on the roof just there. A couple of drivers there holding on for dear life as you take this thing for its maiden run. Some tail lights back here as well. A couple of body pins hold the body in place. This is where you're going to be mounting that spare wheel and tire. And that is essentially the car as you see it. Now, for those of you who are wondering about all this sort of like plastic peeling off the body, this is a protective film that you need to peel off. So just be mindful to peel all of this off on the roof and everywhere else before you start applying your stickers, just so you get the full shine out of the body. It's just how they come out of the box, just as a precautionary to sort of like prevent scratching and stuff. So taking the body pins off, this kind of lifts from the back, and then you need to slide the body backwards a little bit and it'll come off like that. And that's because it's got a little tongue just here that goes into the front shock tower. So just be mindful when taking this off. And of course, you've got the wire for the LEDs, which is hooked onto the ESC just there. So you can leave it on like this when you're swapping batteries and working on the car, but for the purpose of this unboxing, I am going to unplug it, and I'll show you the body just one more time up close so you can see how it's all sort of made. You can see that little tongue just there that goes into the front shock tower. And that is pretty much it. Now for the car itself, here it is here. So we've got our battery on this side with the Velcro strap, got your steering servo up the front, a 2-in-1 ESC. So this is both the speed controller and a receiver. So it's got the little antenna there. We've got Dean's connectors for your battery, and then of course all of that connects up to the motor at the back, which is mounted right in the center of the car above the drive shaft, which is kind of a unique setup. You don't see this too often on some of these RCs, so it'll be interesting to see how this affects center of gravity and all that sort of thing. The center drive shaft is alloy. I did sort of scrape a blade on it to see if it would cut into it, but from what I can tell, it's alloy. However, the rear drive shafts that you can see here, as well as the front universals, these are plastic. So if you're thinking, oh sick, I like the look of this, I might just grab it, use it for a bit and then upgrade to brushless, you might come across a bit of an issue with drive shafts kind of breaking as you put more power through this car. So maybe just keep it as is, use it for what it is. It's a beginner's car. Once you've exceeded its capabilities, you know, you want something that's going to be a bit more challenging to drive or a bit faster, you can then upgrade to a better car later on. So front bumper on this guy does look pretty solid, so I think it's going to work quite well. You've also got adjustments on the front A-arms here for the shocks, so you can actually change some suspension geometry there, and you've got adjustments on the back as well. So there's a heap on the rear A-arm, and there's a couple of points on the shock tower there as well. Adjustable body posts on the rear, which I don't know if they're going to really be that useful, but it's nice to see that they've included those. Aside from that, you've got, you know, those friction suspension, so it's very bouncy. It would be nice if it was oil filled, but oh well, beggars can't be choosers at the moment. I'll see how it runs. Speaking of which, let's take it out for its maiden run. And here we go with the Smyter running stock, and just there we go, that's full speed. Not a super fast car, but wow, handling this rough terrain pretty well. Stock battery, stock radio, stock everything, pretty much as you get it out of the box. Whoa, this is what you're going to expect. Suspension is incredibly bouncy, but it's not too bad. I tell you what, like that spare tire on the back is actually keeping things pretty stable. It's not too bad at all. It just bounce hops around the bends. So you could probably use slightly thicker shock oil. I'm pretty sure you can change the oil on these shocks. I'm hoping I'm not wrong on that, but just slightly more pliable oil, I think. Just a little bit denser would make things a little bit different. But for the most part, I mean, I'm pretty much full speed the whole time here. For a first RC, this isn't too bad at all. Let's see how he jumps. And away we go. See if we can do some jumps here. Hopefully the tires grip okay. Let's see. It's just enough. Let's see, come on. Oh. Tell you what, it doesn't do too bad on the gravel. I mean, whoop. Oh, we got an audience. There weren't audiences, they were just passers by. Oh yes! Not a whole lot of speed here, but you can get a little bit of airtime, which is good. Let's try over here in this bigger jump. This third one's a little bit bigger, and let's see if it's a little bit sharper. Let's see if it actually gets a little bit more airtime around here. I'll come off the slope there and I'll head out this way. Nope, it's quite flat there on that side. Let's try the other side. No, same deal. I tell you what, it handles really well. Whoa. Durability test. We're good, we're good. It handles really well. Surprisingly, the tires are actually doing a lot better than what I thought. Well, obviously we're not going to take it on the bigger jumps, but this will give you an idea of the type of performance this will
you'll get from this guy. Oh wow, it drives so good. I'm not even kidding. Around here, it drives really well. It definitely use a bit more dampening, as I said, but man, it drives good. Well, let me try one thing now. I do want to show. So you have a speed limiter dial, which is this guy up here, which I don't think my camera's going to focus on at the moment because I might be too. Oh, there we go. So it's got that dial. So if we turn that all the way down, for example, like that's as fast as it's going now. That's full speed. Oops, and I'm losing track of it. Can I bring it back? Nope, I've lost it. Oh, yeah, that's never going to make it out of there. So that's full speed, that's pegged. That's as fast as it'll go with the speed dial all the way down. So if you're giving this to like a 3 or 4 year old, this is about as slow as she'll go. And then you can slowly turn that up. So I'm going to go to about halfway now. So that's about halfway. So again, nice and controllable. Just got to peg the whole time. And now we're going to go full speed. So this is now all the way to max. I mean, it's probably doing 25-30 k's an hour with the stock battery. Look at it go. I actually got some air on that one. That was good. Did it get stuck in the rut again? And tell me, oh no, it's just over there. Oh, lush grass, it really pushes through. So yeah, tall grass like that's probably not ideal. You're going to strain the motor a bit too much. It's actually fun, like, you wouldn't think it, but because it drives so nice, it's quite predictable in the way that it handles. It's just a little slow. I mean, for somebody like me that's used to driving cars around here that do close to, you know, 100 k's an hour, this feels really slow, but the fact is that it does actually drive quite nice. It's not, oh yeah, that was awesome. It's not a bad little car at all. I love it. It's actually really good. Here we go, the Smyter. It's a cute little car. Come on, go on, go on, go on, do your donuts. Yay! I think the battery might be actually slowly dying now, but still has enough to keep going. Look at it. And that's the thing, like, because you're not going super fast, like little tumbles like that shouldn't hurt it too bad. You know, you should be able to take little tumbles like that quite easily. Because it's not a heavy car, you're not going very fast. Alright, let's end it here. And that's it. The Blackzon Smyter.
Alright, so let's wrap this one up pretty quick. As you saw there, the car actually did pretty well. I didn't break anything. It took a few hits. It survived just fine. You know, the radio's gave me no problems at all. You got the speed adjustment switch on there, the little knob. The tires actually gripped pretty well. They got foam in them. It is a shame that it is quite a bouncy car. I kind of, you know, wish that they would have maybe oil-filled shocks on this one. it would have been a much better handling vehicle overall. The cage actually held up perfectly fine. Tires gripped well. I really have no problems, no complaints about this car. Probably could have been a slightly bit faster, but that's just because it's me and I'm used to obviously having a lot more faster vehicles. But for a beginner, somebody that's never had an RC before, this will be just a blast. I mean, for what it is, it's got LED lights, it's got, you know, a cool looking roll cage and everything. I think this will be just fine, especially with the speed limiter knob on the radio as standard. Heaps of runtime out of that stock battery as well. I didn't have any problems with runtime on this. And another note as well to take is the pinion and spur gear on this are actually steel. I took the cover off because I wanted to sort of have a look and just make sure everything was okay. And you know, I got a metal spur and a metal pinion, which is fantastic because normally with cars like this price point and of this caliber, you usually have a plastic spur with a brass pinion. So really good to see that on this particular vehicle. Now, of course, your limitations here are going to be upgradability. It's only got a 380 size motor, and you know, you can't really do a 540 or 550 size can conversion. Of course, you still have the issue with the plastic drive shafts where they probably will break, or at least they'll break a lot more frequently if you go and put even a mild brushless system in this. I just have this fear that the drive shafts are probably not going to hold up. If HBI bring up some upgraded drive shafts, you know, this could be a nice little project car in a long term. You know, you could upgrade a few bits, maybe get some better shocks, put a 380 size brushless system in here, and this could actually be a lot of fun with a bit more speed. But as it is, I think for a beginner vehicle, you know, drive it as you would, and once you sort of exceed its capabilities, you want more, you know, hand this down to someone younger or a friend, or sell it off and upgrade to a brushless system. That's really the best way to go about it. Now, a couple of things to note as well. These are available in a couple of different colors. You got the blue, and of course there's the green, and there's 3 different versions as well. You got the Desert Buggy, which is this one here. There's a Desert Truck, which looks very similar, but it doesn't have the exo cage. It's just a single piece body, and it's got a little spoiler on the back. And one of the cooler looking ones is also the Monster Truck. Actually looks really, really good. So you've got 3 different versions and 2 different colors. So if you need to get a couple of these for your siblings or your cousins or your nieces, nephews, you know, they don't have to drive the same colored one. They don't have to drive the exact same one. There are different versions of this. It's just basically, it's the same chassis, just different bodies on top. But that's pretty much it for the Blackzon Smyter. I'll have links in the video description as always for you guys to check out, so you can you know, get these locally. Part support for this is actually pretty good as well. And they're just a nice, good, reliable car, I think, for what they offer. You know, for a nice little beginner, just to get out there and have some fun, enjoy the hobby. You got LED lights, spare tire, the whole works. So you know, this is a definite winner, I think, especially given the price. That is it from me, guys. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button before you go. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll be speaking to you all next time.